What's up, Pog champs? This
Don't
is.
say Pog champs. It's too soon.
All right, well, look. We're gonna get into this. We need to be serious. This is a monumental, history-defining moment, and it's only happened on the 6th day of a new year. But yes, it seems apparent that Jeffree Star and Kanye West have, in fact, been doing the dirty bits.
This is all because of some
Talk to me.
dumb TikTok that some random ass girl made. It's total bullshit. My man Ye would not do this.
I don't know. The evidence seems overwhelming.
The evidence? Where is the evidence? Show me.
Well, I don't know. It just seemed like weird that Jeffree Star bought a mansion right next to Kanye's very recently. Little things like that, and
that just might be a power
Jeffree
play.
Star's
It's just a power play.
Did you see Jeffree's TikTok or whatever it was? And he's like, "I'm ready for Sunday service."
I've seen that. I assumed that was I don't know, a joke. Ye would not do this. He's a family man.
And he also likes family men. He wants men in the family.
Apparently so.
He does seem though like he's such an inflated man, like inflated ego of a person, that I feel like he would be into this weird kind of pseudo-sexual kind of relationship with someone like Jeffree Star. It would like make sense to him.
Somehow I feel like it would have been made like kind of he would have made a point about it in his music at some point, because he's very.
Yeah, but you said that he doesn't write his own lyrics, so.
No, I said there was one song where he didn't write his own lyrics. Okay, don't use that against me. Because he talks about his dick and shit like that all the time in his music. Yeah, obviously, rapping
that's outfit, obviously him.
Yeah,
putting pen to paper, but I don't know. I just thought that's like the biggest news I think we have today.
It is the most important thing going on right now.
It creeps me out because this is on the same level as like the Will Smith cuck situation. Like, it's just a very weird niche thing that you would never expect celebrities to deal with.
Well, no. I find this weird that allegedly Kanye West and Jeffree Star this whole thing has been going on since 2011. Apparently. What?
I didn't even know that much about it, but you seem to have done your research.
Well, the original TikTok of some girl who says that ever since 2011 they met at some sort of party and did it in the fucking coat closet, whatever. And like I don't see the evidence. She just said like I can't reveal my sources for the safety of whoever. Okay then. To me, that means you have no sources.
Oh yeah, but do you remember last year when Kanye was going on the tirade about getting his masters back and like ownership of them?
Yeah.
What if that whole situation was just a big metaphor for evidence about him and Jeffree Star?
Well, he did say he wanted to get Taylor Swift's masters back, so who knows?
Codename. Easiest thing.
You never know.
Kanye, the Taylor Swift master files.
I think it's a sad day. I mean, not only
is
he getting divorced, supposedly. Feel bad for the guy. Hope you find he's a king. He's a god. He deserves someone better, to be honest.
I just hope he finds inner peace.
Already, all these NBA players and rappers are sliding into Kim's DMs. So they're shooting their shot.
Well, this is what I meant about the Will Smith thing as well. Like, it's going to come out that... Because I feel like Kanye, like... I can't imagine him really understanding what a relationship like that is. Like, I can only picture Kanye as, like, the South Park iteration of him, really.
He just doesn't understand what's, like... actually going on around him.
Yeah, I bet literally 12 NBA players walk past him in his own house and he's on his phone like this. And they're like, yo, Kanye, yo, Ye. He's like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And they all walk past him. They all straight up to the master bedroom.
He just doesn't understand. He's like,
She's in
why
there
are
getting
people
black.
saying this about me on Twitter?
None of it's true.
One of them comes down in like Kim's like bathrobe. He's like, man, just
He's
don't
got
listen
towel
to
over his
them.
shoulder.
Don't listen to them, man.
You know we love you, Ye. The cucking of Kanye West.
Don't say this about my hero, right? He's above all of this. He doesn't deserve
Yeah, no, you're
this.
right. You're right. He is a deity, and he needs to be worshipped as such.
Shakespeare
Maybe,
in the flesh.
maybe Kim was just doing like some sort of ritual for him.
Maybe.
Maybe he like to prolong his. Maybe he's got like. She has to have sex with tons of big black men that are like potential friends of his in order to extend his life. I feel like he's a being that's like he's already immortal, but perhaps he's like the Fountain of Youth thing. It's like what was that club called that used to go and try and get the semen of like African children, like the Adventure Club,
The Adventure Boys.
Adventure Boys, the Hardy Boys.
How do sorry, I just think it's funny that this woman is like someone who's like studied law, is like incredibly successful, has like 4 children, and we're just talking about her getting railed by NBA players for a fucking satanic ritual because of some rapper.
Not satanic, K-tanic.
Kanye Tanak. Look.
Oh well, if that's true, I mean, she's doing the Lord's work. So.
We can say all we want about this whole situation, but all we know for sure is that because of this, Ye is going to drop a fire breakup tape.
Yeah, he will actually.
Yeah.
And he will it will lead into him vying for presidency in 2024.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. I can't wait. Speaking of presidencies,
we have something really important to talk about.
let me just play a little.
No.
If we can just salute our fallen brothers, our MAGA brothers and sisters, everyone.
Our absolute little pog champs. Just take a moment. This will forever be known as the day we lost the Poggers emote on Twitch.
I know. I feel like we're going to lose a lot more than that. I feel like there's going to be other things that are so
Who knows?
non-circumstantial to the reality of things that are just going to get taken down.
Democracy, historical American artifacts. You know, people are mad. They don't want this taken away. This is like people are rioting because they don't want to lose the Poggers emote.
That's literally all it is. That's how this whole incident got started. Yeah. Trump literally stood there and said, "We can't let them take away our Poggers emote. Storm the Capitol.
Storm the Capitol Hill."
No, I will say though, there's a lot of the articles going around right now are basically saying that like MAGA supporters break through Capitol and secured it because they stormed it because of something that Trump was urging them to do it and egging them on. I will say it doesn't seem like that's true, but what he did then, like his speech, just gave them more of a like reason to stay and continue. I mean, this whole situation though is just fucked, and I feel so sorry for like. It's a new year, and Biden's in on the 20th.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks from now or something. I think that might be the exact date. I don't know. He's gonna be.
So it's like Trump has just gone out of his way to.
To be honest, like that is kind of a baller move.
Like, it is. It's like he's
the country so bad that and then you're like, oh,
just because you're a sore loser.
Yeah, basically.
I want to know there's gonna be like stories of like people, and it'll be like on CNN and they'll be silhouetted, and it'll be like an overdubbed voice. And it'll be like, one time I played Monopoly with Trump, and he lost, and he threatened to have my whole family executed. It's like shit like that's gonna come out.
God,
But
if you're Donald Trump and you lose at Monopoly, I'm sorry. You lose my respect.
yeah, to be fair. There's just I wrote down like a bunch of things that have happened in the past 12 hours alone, I think.
We've already
Or like less
discussed
than that.
the most important ones: the Kanye situation
Which obviously,
and
okay,
Poggers
so
Emote.
yeah, aside from that, it's like the main that's our main point of contention here. But this whole situation that started, I generally thought it was like a joke last night. I saw like the first like kind of scenes of it going on. And then like waking up this morning and seeing everything that's happened, like 4 people have died, a woman got shot in the neck and bled out, while in the same clip people are just joking about other things and ignoring her essentially. And then you have Trump give his little well, we're gonna watch. I just want to watch. This is so after everyone storms in, there's violence being cited. You've got people looking like fucking Duck Dynasty family there, wearing like bear stuff and
There's people
their
actually
shirts undone.
people actually dressed as the Joker and shit, which
Literally,
Pepe shit,
unironically. And they've got their like duck whistles, and they're going "Suey!" Like they're doing all these fucking redneck fucking things. And then obviously Trump comes out with that. I mean, we're gonna watch it just because it's only like a minute long, but everyone was urging him. Apparently, there's rumors going around that Pence had like messaged him and like through their teams had been like, "You need to say something.
Yeah.
You need to give some kind
he
of
unfollowed
address."
him on Twitter.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
That was so good. I like seeing.
I mean,
that.
fair play to Pence.
Yeah,
Like the fact that this guy went behind it, he essentially backstabbed Donald Trump and called in like armed guard and called a lot of things to happen when Trump was like not going to do a thing. So
that's a weird thing to me because this whole time we've all like I think a lot of people have thought like Mike Pence is actually a lot worse than Donald Trump with like the kind of policies he'd want, but
yeah,
I just think it's weird.
I feel like it comes down to moments like this, unfortunately, that shows who actual leaders are. Imagine, just put yourself in the shoes of Donald Trump, who doesn't give a fuck about what's just happened. You're the leader of a country, and it's almost like he set it up this way. Like, how did they get into Capitol? And it looked like, from the images and the videos, it literally looked like there was about 5 police officers.
No.
To begin with, and it's like
I've seen that people are like, OMG, this is the security that they had, and it's like 5 people who like they can't do anything because there's like hundreds of these fucking people. All right, let's watch this. Just, like,
can you see our glorious?
Of course I can. Just make sure
chief
it's
in
like
command
turned up because.
All right. Right, here we go. So remember, this is the speech that's supposed to calm down these people and tell them to go home absolutely peacefully, to not remind them consistently of why they're there in the first place, which he does in between every line.
He like drops in those like subtle hints of like don't do it, but you should do it.
No, like a normal psychopath would drop in subtle hints. This isn't even subtle. This is just fucking balls to the wall. Here we go. All right.
I know you're pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it.
Right, so there's the first 10 seconds in. To calm these people down, you're then just reminding them
of what they're fighting for, quote unquote.
Of what they're fighting for. It's just fucking insane. And the funny thing is, we went into lockdown a couple of days ago, and all I saw was a bunch of people like from America or like other countries. The UK's a joke. Like, how have you not done this sooner? Like, taking the piss out of us. Like, this is our worst moment of 2021 already. And then this happens
They really had to say, hold my beer. Like...
Oh, let's continue with this. Cheese it.
Especially the other side. You have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us.
Again, he's going somewhere with it, and then he brings it back to, they took it. They took your jobs.
They took it from us.
We must kill them now.
I was gonna say at first, like, he looks like a lot healthier than he normally would here. But hearing how he speaks, he sounds like he's out of breath the entire time.
It's because he was just sat in like his Christmas socks that he still hasn't taken off, with like pizza dripped around him, like on his big belly, watching TV, watching reruns of like Sopranos, and then his team were like, Trump, you need to come out here and do this now. And he's like, okay, just don't film me below the waist. I have nothing on.
I'm not wearing any pads right now. I'm not wearing any pads. Please. Get me some pads.
Alright, that's not too much longer. There's crap left.
Me from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special.
Okay, I wanted to bring. This was the main bit I wanted to bring up. This is going to be a meme from now on. It has to be.
We love you. I love you.
You're very special. This is what like a divorced dad says to the kids when the mum and the dad are arguing, and the kids are like, you know, is it because of us? And he's like,
go home. Love
You're very
you.
special.
Oh,
God, this guy.
Thanks, Daddy Trump.
This guy. He's so proud of himself as well. It's funny.
Well, because he knows he's untouchable still, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, he knows he can do anything. Even there's still the law technically that well, not a law, but there's like all the loopholes about how a president can't be, even a former president can't be like attributed to any sort of normal crimes. Because they were the president, and there's like a stupid thing that's still written into their laws about that. I know that's been overthrown a few times.
Yeah.
But he knows that going forward, no matter what he does from now on, like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Unless he gets assassinated. But
it's possible.
If this man got assassinated, it'd be even worse for everyone. And I'm saying that as someone who, I mean, I'm not going to say he deserves death, but he would become a martyr to these people.
That is true. It would just like ignite these people's flames even further. Like, I just want to say for the record, I think the people who are like, you know, taking over Capitol, they are terrorists.
Yeah, without a doubt, they're
not protesters. They're not even rioters.
They're just terrorists. Inland terrorists. No one. The thing I saw is that, I mean, I'm sure everyone by now I swear will be in history books going forward of one of their guys with the Confederate flag over his shoulder in the main hall of the Capitol building. Even during the Civil War, like no Confederates managed to actually get through into Capitol. That never happened during the worst point of this kind of divide, and yet here we are.
I know, it's crazy.
But you're right, they're terrorists. And the thing that really bugs me is the fact that, a couple of months ago, the whole Black Lives Matter things, so President Trump calls them thugs. With these guys, we love you, you're special.
You're special, and I love you.
I don't even know what he says at the end.
What happened? See the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. You know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
God, he you know, Zach Psychic Pebbles, like, when he does the Trump voice, like, it actually sounds like uncanny. Like the way he actually speaks, he's like, and it's sick and it's bad.
Yeah, he's like constantly breathing in. He's really nasally. Is that the Great Linkara?
The Great Linkara.
Oh.
God. I mean, I don't really have much to add to it other than I think it's sick, I think it's bad, I think it's terrible.
You sounded like Trump then. I think it's sick. I think it's bad.
It's terrible.
It's
And I hate
terrible.
it. And I hate it.
I made a little list of just everything that I saw kind of going on. So, did you see a bunch of them that hadn't actually gone into Capitol itself dragged what looked like a 200-pound cross just outside?
What?
Like a lynching cross.
No?
Like a KKK cross.
Oh my
They
God.
put it outside and stood it up.
That's pretty bad.
It's really bad. Like that's like, but then it's like, oh, don't worry, these people aren't they're not racist or anything. And then
Are you
there's a picture of I think like 5 or 6, you've probably seen it. Guy with like a fur skin over his head
Yeah.
and the kind of blood on him, and then 2 guys stood next to him that like the biggest neck beards you've ever seen. And people instantly found them being a part of like local Nazi meetups.
Listen, it's weird. I was just thinking about like the Confederate flag thing.
Mm.
Like, do you think that people using like that symbol is offensive? Because like, I don't, but the people who use it, I think, know exactly how it comes across, and they do it on purpose.
Yeah, that's the trade-off. Like no one's. Well, it's like this. It's like people wearing Trump hats or Trump shirts or like the MAGA stuff. Not all of them. It's got the same connotations now. That kind of like it's representation, isn't it? Like yeah, you're right. Like I don't think it's inherently that bad to just show it, or because there are some people who have the beliefs, but not the racist side of things. Maybe just certain state beliefs and stuff like that
Sure.
they uphold from the Confederacy. But you're right; they know exactly how it comes across, and they use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
It's just
they use it so that they can say like that they're being discriminated against. They like being able to say that.
yeah. And those same people are currently like, all I keep seeing today, anyone who is like an avid Trump supporter and profiler, like people like Ben Shapiro and people like that, instead of acknowledging how bad this is, their only response is to say, well, both sides are as bad as each other. No, they're not.
Not
Like, you had
really.
like the BLM stuff going on earlier this year, and it was like peaceful protests. Some of them weren't, but those were condemned by most people. Like, that was an outlier situation. This is completely different. This is, like you said, it's terrorism.
Yeah.
Like, what other country could have that happen? Like, here, if people were going to storm Parliament or Downing Street,
Yeah.
it would be people that would probably all believe the same general thing that's going on. Like, if Boris fucked up more, I feel like it's not like you wouldn't call it terrorism, essentially.
No, I suppose not.
But the thing is, I saw that is more troubling to me. If we lived there, is the fact that we saw how a lot of police were treating like BLM protesters and shit.
Yeah.
In the middle of the last year, and it's like they were literally treated like there was that one of that old man who just walked past like a crowd of them, and they like literally knocked him down, and he whacked his head and basically bled out and shit like that. And with this, these MAGAs, sounds like a slur, but
Magheads.
these megheads, these magnetrons were like literally leaving Capitol building as though they were exiting through like the gift shop. And they were being helped down the stairs by the police, and it was like, "Are you okay, sir, ma'am?"
Yeah. I mean,
they just committed treason.
Yeah, they just like disrespected one of the most important buildings in your country. and
you're
like destroyed like hundreds of years old like artifacts and like documents and stuff.
and took a shit in like Nancy Pelosi's desk. Although I don't think that's true. I think some guy just sat on it.
I saw a really funny photo where it was like a photo of inside Nancy Pelosi's office, and like the screen on a computer was on, and he's like, I'm cooking up some fire beats in Pelosi's office, and it had like Ableton open.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing as well. Though, like, you had a bunch of all the senates and anyone who was there at the time was obviously led into like safe rooms and stuff. And then you've got like AOC, and I know everyone's fallen in love with her just because of Among Us. A lot of people don't know what she stands for. A lot of people don't even know who she is, but they're like, she plays Among Us. Oh my god!
Oh my god, she's cool and quirky. She also games just like a normal person, like me. Yeah, but
she knows what poggers are. It's like, okay. But she put on. This was, I think, just after the death count had come out. Like 4 people literally died, and she was like, "I'm okay." Onto it, like smiley face.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
That's so incredibly tone deaf.
Tone deaf and privileged. Like, okay, yeah, it's good that you're okay, but like, understand, read the room. Like,
also, but doesn't she also have like some pretty like right wing beliefs? Like, I don't know. Like, wasn't she? I think it was her, or I don't know, something to do with like the death penalty or something. Or am I thinking of someone else? I don't know.
I think it was her. Well, because we were talking about the things that Trump has been trying to get done before his reign of terror ends, and it's basically. Did you see that he was going around trying to get as many death row inmates executed as possible before he left?
No, what?
Yeah, he was trying to get them, like, as many of them capped off.
Jeez.
Before he left, as like a almost in spite. Like, it's just so weird.
That's incredibly spiteful. Like, it's so petty.
There was someone who I think it was a woman. I think last week. Hang on. See, okay, oh yeah, this was it, right? So this woman called Lisa Montgomery, she was the only woman on federal death row, was found guilty of, to be fair, what she did was fucking disgusting. She's been on death row. Why doesn't anything give you like just a, 2004, she's been on death row since.
About 15, 16 years.
Yeah. She essentially killed a pregnant woman and cut out the fetus of the baby and like stole it and shit.
Right.
Disgusting and shit.
Incredibly.
But there's a lot of contention with that anyway. Like, she had like a really fucked up like mental health history, and they've wanted to execute her a few times, but like lawyers keep pushing back, being like, she's not mentally well. Like, you can keep her there. Like, she deserves to be in prison, but she doesn't deserve, like, because she wouldn't really understand what's going on. Like, she's very mentally abused and like handicapped. But Trump literally rushed to get this woman executed, and apparently it seems like it was done with like no time. Like,
so she
usually
was executed.
I think after this might all be wrong. And I hope it's not.
It was just like a rush job. He was like, just do it now. Just do it.
Okay, so it seems like perhaps she hasn't been as of yet. Which, okay, I'm bad to be wrong.
I don't know
about that.
Is that?
But I don't know. This article is too long.
I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into the ethics of the death penalty.
Nah.
But like,
but it just seemed like he was making a gun for like, let's just get someone executed. It doesn't matter. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past couple of years, like, a lot of stuff has come out about people who are on death row who are innocent in the first place. Like, this woman ain't. But I don't know. It's just like, this is how much of a maniac this man is. It's just like, I'm starting not to find him as funny anymore. Like, to us, he's funny.
Yeah.
We can all recall the commercials he's been in like
Domino's.
Home Alone and wrestling, but
when he's
it just
was the Domino's commercial where he's like, the guy's like, all right, that'll be $5, or like that'll be $10 for the 2 pizzas. He's like, how about this? I'm gonna give you a better offer. I'm gonna give you $5 per pie. Huge win.
Huge win. But yeah, I guess that's all we really have to add about this whole situation. It looks like there's a curfew until tomorrow morning, Thursday. Oh no, yeah, or is it this morning? I don't know, but there was a curfew put in place. But it seems like things could get worse. I don't know what the situation is right now, but
I mean, it seems like it's pretty bad. They should just people can't go out on the streets. I don't know. They should just put like some severe restrictions on for now.
The thing is, though, like people are very quick to. I saw loads of people on Twitter being like, "I voted for him, and I feel so guilty." And it's like you shouldn't be made to feel guilty because I feel like it's very easy to look at Trump supporters as just these people that broke into Capitol.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are so like not that. They just genuinely thought it was kind of magic that he even got put into the race and won. Like,
I mean, I think the party system in America is kind of fucked up anyway, in the sense of like who they actually get to run as candidates. Like you may believe what like the party or whatever believes, but the person who's actually running as president can be like fucking insane.
Yeah. Because they're over there, they're spokespeople, aren't they? They are like the commercial face. They're like the Pepsi man of politics.
Yeah.
Or the Santa in the Christmas Coke advert. Like, they're just the poster boy, Harvey Milk and shit. But it's like,
yeah, I guess.
Here, we literally just have a bunch of old farts that were like they're all ugly. They're not funny.
All a bunch of old like balding people just yelling at each other. I love those videos of them like roasting each other in like in Parliament and shit. It's so funny.
It's literally like it's the 1800s. I love all that shit. Weird little things that have like little it's like a cult. Like the Mr. Speaker shit and the like all the things they say to each other during Parliament, like
yeah, they're using like weird like 18th century slang.
Yeah. And like the honorable gentleman. Like what? I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Just wanted to run it by people.
I don't really have anything to add to this whole podcast. I haven't prepared anything else to talk about.
Me neither.
I don't know if you have.
I feel like I did, and then my brain's just like completely fried because I've just been watching like news stuff about all that today.
I mean,
there was one thing that might be bigger news. For the 20th time I swear the past year, Chris Chan finally told us that the merger was happening.
He does tell us that a lot.
And since he did that on like Christmas Eve or whenever that was, every single day he's put up, "Don't worry, it is happening."
Well, I want it to happen soon. I mean, we're not doing great at the moment, Chris Chan. We could really use your help.
He's the hero we need, not the one we deserve, but
that's true.
But it's funny to me that like it's gone down so far down this rabbit hole of like Chris Chan's life that I don't know. So right, some person put up a thing to him saying, "Oh, I'm in the army and we were, my entire squad was getting obliterated. The walls were coming down. We were about to be fired upon, and then something appeared out of the vastness of the sand, and all the sand got kicked up, and it was like this yellow flash, this blur that came in out of nowhere, and we were saved." Clearly, this is someone trolling him.
Obviously.
But again, he's like, he was like, "Don't worry, we are so happy to serve and protect our proud military." As though it's like, what does he think is happening? Does he think that people genuinely believe him? Or is he then like doing mental gymnastics and being like, Well, yeah, I must have been there. Sonichu must have been there.
Yeah, I think he's almost tricking himself, or herself, sorry, herself, into
Oh,
thinking
oh shit. Sorry, everyone. Sorry,
Christine. Sorry,
Christine.
Christine. Like it's
She's gaslighting
Yeah,
herself.
what if, like, wouldn't it be amazing if this was all just one big prank from Chris Chan? Like, this entire time, the past 20 years, they've known exactly what's going on, what people think of them.
Yeah, but that would be like if the boy who cried wolf had survived, but then every single one of his children, his great children, his great 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 grandchildren, all did the same thing. Like, imagine if, okay, let's say what you're saying is happens. At the end of this year, he comes out or she comes out and he's like, "You guys, honestly, like,
Really
give
felt
yourselves
it.
a round of applause. You've been trolled by me."
I mean,
And then Barbara comes out. She's like, "You've all been trolled." Like,
this has been one big social experiment.
yeah, and they all come out on stage, including
Like,
who are the
Blue
people from his past? Like
like Blue Spike.
Blue Spike comes out. They all
Julie.
take a big bow.
Yeah. That would
Like they've all been.
that'd be the most
acting.
insane thing. Like, I don't think my life would ever be the same.
No, I'd feel betrayed, honestly.
Yeah. But like,
But the thing is, he's done this before.
oh,
Do you remember when he went through the phase where he was pretending like he was just
Yes.
acting it all out?
Yeah, and it's like that like weird video of the guy following him around with a camera.
And he's
He's
like,
like,
"Yeah, well, everyone thought that was just, everyone thinks that's me, but that's not me. It's all just
Not
silly
me."
silliness."
Yeah, but what if that was like, again,
Part of it.
yeah. Who knows?
The problem is what he faces is the boy who cried wolf situation. Is that even if he sincerely came out and said like this has all been a joke, I wouldn't believe it. No one would.
No, we'd be like, fuck off. You're this weird, creepy dude from the internet, dude. Like, just lady, ma'am.
Thing. Deity. Him and Kanye should fight. Like,
Yeah, I mean, although Christina, she's a big gal. I honestly don't know if Ye could take him.
yeah, but Ye's got the backup of all the men that are like blacking his wife. So all those NBA players. Dennis Rodman's going to come out and dunk Christine.
It's crazy to me that the video of her and Ray J is still like the top video on Pornhub.
Wow.
Like it's
kind of sad.
It's not good.
No, it's shit. But it's a celebrity. It's like there used to be this.
But she's only a celebrity because of that. Like,
yeah, I know. Well, she's a lawyer now, so
yeah, we have to.
I still think this is what it's all about. She's trying to become a really acclaimed lawyer, and then she's going to try and take down every single video of that video.
What this has all been about.
But there was a woman in the UK from a band called N-Dubs. Don't Google them because they're fucking trash. Literally, like, you know how like in America they have like their Florida Georgia Line kind of bands that literally get to the #1 spot because they literally talk about red cups, girls wearing like I don't know,
Cut off denims.
Yeah, yeah. Our version of that was like chav songs in like the mid 2000s, and they were like that. But she's called Tulisa, and she was like an X Factor judge and shit. She had a failed solo career, and this video came out of her sucking some guy's dick, and it's like the worst blowjob anyone's ever seen in their life. like it was so bad. Like all none of the comments. Usually you get like the weird Indian comments on Pornhub videos and shit where it's
so
like
beautiful, so hot,
so beautiful. I buy you, and it's like all the comments were like, "Oh, this is shit." Like, get some self-respect and learn to be better.
Oh my god, that's fucking astounding.
But that was like massive when it came out, and it's like, but it was shit, but it was still trending. Yeah. Speaking of Pornhub, do you like? We didn't speak about this because it kind of happened out of nowhere, but they literally annihilated any unverified videos or accounts.
What about that perfect video I busted to 5 years ago? How will I ever find it again?
It's gone.
It's gone.
And I find a lot of people are angry about it, but it's like they literally got rid of a bunch of like rape,
stuff,
so
like bad,
kind of a
really
good
bad
thing.
stuff. Yeah, like I think they should. I'm glad they did it. Makes me feel less weird about going to the hub.
Yeah. Honestly, X videos is where it's at anyway. All those unregistered still on there, so what's the point? Like,
Yeah, so, yeah, but at least
when
like this big company's taking a stand kind of against it.
yeah,
Like,
and
so,
Pornhub, like as a company, are just unbelievably huge
yeah,
in like a really ironic way. But apparently, they've got like there's only like 35 people who work for Pornhub, and they make
yeah,
like 8 billion or something every.
That's a lot of
Like
money.
it's ridiculous. But
that's where the money's at.
yeah. I'm surprised they didn't have anything to do with like OnlyFans being created because I feel like that is something that they should have done.
I mean,
But
I'm sure that's on Pornhub. That's like a thing that is. I'm sure they've always done that kind of thing, but it's never been a popular.
I suppose there are like paid videos and shit, like subscriptions, but it's like I guess OnlyFans is such a clean thing. It's like an app and it's like super simple.
Yeah.
Like it's like designed for your phone, whereas Pornhub still really isn't.
What I find weird about like OnlyFans is I don't know how like there are so many like women making money from it. Yeah, I've never met anyone who's actually paid for an OnlyFans subscription in my life.
No. I find it even weirder. Like that is weird anyway. I don't understand. But I also find it strange how like there are girls on Twitter that are like, I'm starting an OnlyFans, but I'm only putting up like lewds or just cosplay pictures. It's like, well,
yeah, that's not what we're
like,
paying.
what?
That's not what people. That's not what
We.
we want.
That is not what Matthew Hyatt is paying for, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
didn't pay him.
His student finance is going on that.
Yes. The money I've made to pay for my student housing, it's not going to housing. Come on. We all know what
Yeah, exactly.
that's code for.
Speaking of,
Sorry, but what
No,
I
go
find
on.
weirder about that is like, you know, sometimes people just have like a random tweet that like blows up or something. Anytime a woman has a tweet that blows up on, you always see like the next they reply to it like underneath it like, wow, I didn't expect this to blow up so huge.
follow my OnlyFans.
I've now started an OnlyFans. Please go follow. Like some shit like that.
Yeah,
Like
all the time. I hate that anyway. Like that's just the general thing in Twitter that I fucking hate is like if a joke from anyone gets big for like a day, they always reply like,
well,
"Oh, seeing as you guys like that, follow my other videos, check out my YouTube." And it's like, then no one does.
no one ever does. It sucks.
Some guy I saw a little while ago. I can't remember what the joke was, but it was pretty good. Some sort of meme. But actually, in the comment, he put like, "Oh, if you guys like this, please donate to this charity." And it's like, all right,
That's nice.
fair enough. There you go. I want to talk about porn again.
Okay.
So much has happened, like in the Christmas period to now.
Okay.
So Belle Delphine, in like the start of December, put up a tweet that was like, "I'm going to be breaking the internet on Christmas Day."
Yeah.
So then everyone was like, well, what is she going to be doing? Is she going to be doing like actual porn for once? And then, yeah, she was like, I'm going to be doing like hardcore. I'm going to get deacked.
Yeah.
And then the day came. And again, like we were just talking about people who overhype like their sexuality or these people that do OnlyFans and then they do like fuck all. Her video got leaked from her OnlyFans because of course it was going to on Twitter. And it's like the worst sex tape I've ever seen. It's like for someone whose entire personality resides on
sexuality, basically.
It was the most driest thing I've ever seen. It was like sandpaper. But yet, and people were literally like, "This is awful."
Oh.
It's just funny to me that like people are like, "Oh my god," but I'm so. And then this thing comes out, and it's like the shittest thing.
Well, it's. I feel like it's trendy now to be like, say on like social media and stuff, be very like sexual and that.
Yeah. Like, because everyone's thirsty. That's the
basically.
problem. Everyone be horny.
Everyone out here being horny on the main. Like no one cares anymore.
No. And like even like jokes and memes and pictures now are like they're all just about like being horny. Like a lot of jokes are literally that's all it is now. Even did you see a bunch of the Keanu Reeves is horny memes from like the Cyberpunk trailer?
Yeah.
When it's just like him saying like you're gonna come. It's like...
I like the one where it's like, what makes someone a criminal in 2077? Getting cock.
Yeah.
Poor Keanu. He
Oh,
doesn't deserve that.
Keanu. I don't want to keep going on about Cyberpunk because you still haven't played it. The game is still a broken mess at times, but I've finished it. There's like a bunch of endings. There's literally about 6 or 7 endings. And like I played through, I've got like 3 of the endings just by literally reloading a save before the like last mission thing. But like, the game still really saddens me because there are so many moments in that game that are genuinely fantastic. But then when it's like you look at it as a whole, have you seen like these comparisons that are like GTA 5 and Cyberpunk, and GTA 5 blows it out of the water?
Yeah, a game that came out in 2013.
Actually, someone even did a video that was San Andreas and Cyberpunk.
Oh no.
And San Andreas comes out on top. Like, Cyberpunk is amazing for the story and the world design.
Yeah.
But if you stop and look at it for too long, you realize how funny and fucked up it is.
Illusion's broken.
Yeah. Like, I've recorded... because I was going to do a video about it, but I was still recording stuff. I went to copy data from the PS4 that I had recorded. Anytime something went wrong, anytime that was funny, and it was like 40 gigs alone on my PS4 now, is just videos from Cyberpunk. But some of it, like literally one of the last mission things I played, and I was like, this is kind of epic, let's do it. And it was just a fucking mess. And I looked down, and there's like this spirally thing at me, and I can't look anywhere. Yeah. And people are talking to me, and then there's like 50 of the same character. Like, fuck.
I mean, I remember when I played like Miles Morales, like that game was incredibly glitchy for me, like consistently, like just falling through the map, getting like stuck on things, not being able to like do actions, but like nothing even close to like some of the stuff that's been happening for people in Cyberpunk.
The thing is as well, like you sometimes the glitches happen in a way that you don't know if because the world is very like futuristic and things can happen and like you see hologram shit. You don't know if it's messed up or until it's too late. There was one mission I was doing where I was in this like tank thing and I had to go through a tunnel, right? I'm going through this tunnel and it kind of looked a bit untextured and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Kept going. Music is still going. And I'm literally driving for like 4 minutes. And I was like, is this tunnel supposed to be like an epic moment? And then all of a sudden, I just get thrown down into the map. Everything becomes a pixel. And I literally, it's like the end of Interstellar. I'm just floating. I'm just disappearing into a black hole. And I was like, so that wasn't what I was supposed to do. And then I respawn and it's like, break through into the tunnel. I was like, what the fuck? So I break through into the tunnel after waiting for like everything to pop up on screen. And then it worked, and the tunnel didn't look like how it did before. And it was like, but because it said go through the tunnel, and I was going through a tunnel, I assumed it was correct.
You obviously didn't think anything of it. God, that game really is just a mess. I love it.
It's the little things though. It's like one mission glitched for me because I had to. Sometimes with a lot of games, certain missions have multiple objectives, and it clears them off as you do them. It wasn't clearing the first one I did. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, nothing's changing. Like, I go to the point where I'm supposed to, and it's like, my objective isn't updating. I had to go into the objectives and manually select the next objective, and then it worked.
What?
And I had to do that from then on. I had to manually do each. It didn't update, so I had to keep manually clicking the next objective.
So is that like just part of the game, or is that a glitch?
I think it's a glitch that just didn't go away for me because that happened after I finished it on 50 hours.
Right.
And that only happened in the past couple, but it's like, oh man, like It's such a broken. They should be ashamed of themselves. Not the story people, but
Yeah, they did. From the sounds of it, they did a great job.
but oh well, you'll see when you play it. There's a massive patch coming out this month, apparently. But like I said, I still think it's worth playing through the story. But
Yeah. It's just like it will always be tainted now because people will be like, yeah, but remember how it was when it came out.
I know, and that's a shame because like there's just things about it that like there was one thing I saw that apparently they got Keanu Reeves in on board in 2018, right? The game had been in development for like 3 or 4 years by that point already.
Yeah, probably.
Then
more.
apparently, because they were so surprised that they got Keanu for like a big thing, he was only supposed to be a little cameo, and then they were like, no, fuck it, let's
Make him a
let's
main.
write the whole story around like him and shit.
Yeah,
And they in 2018 they reworked the entire story. That's why it's fucked.
yeah, because they basically had 2 years to rebuild it from the ground up.
Yeah. But oh well, enough about games because we're going to do an entire thing about games next.
That's correct. Right. Well, I hope you enjoyed us talking a bunch of nonsense.
About things we don't understand, like
Yeah.
US politics.
Don't understand that.
But Trump bad, so
don't understand why they got rid of the Poggers Emote. Don't understand why Kanye has to be bisexual.
Well, he is. Sorry.
Damn. All right. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Love you. You're
Bye.
amazing. You're special.
Bye, Poggers.